I see you. Yeah, you're a fighter. I see you. You've got a friend. I see you. Yeah, you're a winner. I see you. Yeah, you're the best. I see you.
Okay, so my doctor released me to work out today, so I'm excited that though it's a rainy day here in Las Vegas, Nevada, I got some sunshiny news. It's time to kick this weight loss into high gear and yeah, do my thing. See you guys. Greetings, this is Toni, Ellis, Soul Sparker and Clarity Coach, and I want to thank you for joining me here for my VSG journey. As you can see, I'm almost 3 more pounds down. Yes, it's been a great week. No more stall, and I'm moving forward. After meeting with my doctor yesterday, he has officially released me to begin to work out. Of course, some light workout duties, so he doesn't want me doing any push-ups or sit-ups or crunches or anything like that, but who does that anyway? I'm just saying I don't do it that normally anyway. But push-ups are good for strengthening your arms and your upper body and things like that. So I did, I wanted to kind of incorporate that since I'm a little bit lighter and it'd probably be a little easier to push this weight up. But I wanted to just talk to you guys today about forks over spoons, and rather spoons over forks, since I am in the pureed stage of my VSG journey, and I am, listen, let me show you. I'm going to give you a clear illustration here. This was my bowl, yeah, bigger than my face. This is what I would normally fill up with spaghetti, pasta, soups, chicken and noodles, whatever. This was the bowl and this gigantic spoon here. I've gone from that to right before surgery, I went to this bowl and this spoon, smaller. Yeah, I dropped that other one. And this was it, right? But now I am here. And this is barely the size of my hand. I'm going to show you. Of course, from this big bowl to this itty bitty bowl. And I have an itty bitty spoon. Yeah, this is probably, the size of one of my fingers. And this one, I can cup the whole meal here in my hand. And this is for my vegetables and my protein that are outside of my drinks and, prepared things that I must have and try to get into my system while I go through this transition. And yes, I know I will one day return to the fork, but right now I'm using the spoon. And I was like, what the fork? Because I miss it. This is the month of March. This is Women's History Month. And this is the time where, I would normally highlight all of those women that have done so many different great things, to serve me, to support me, to minister to me, to teach me, to educate me, to counsel me, to guide me. As a matter of fact, 2 years ago in 2017, I dedicated the entire month of March to talk about those women that inspired me, as well as young women in the community. And today would have been day 65, as far as in 2017 that I did presentations for the entire year on Facebook Live. But then what I did and switched gears in March was just to focus on the female energy and the greatness in the room. And I was saving my mother for last. There's 31 days in March, and I was saving her for the 31st, but my mother didn't make it past the 20th of March of 2017. Needless to say, that halted everything concerning highlighting other women. Yes, I did a couple more Facebook Lives after that, only to announce that I was taking a break when I had committed to 365 days of Facebook Lives and just, encouraging women and encouraging people in general. But, I am the soror, meaning I spark people to show up, own up, act up, and rise up. And that ROAR stands for resilience, optimism, accountability, and restoration. And so I took a season off so that I could, be restored. But in that season of me trying to get restored because of missing my mother and suffering that loss, I ate my way up to illness. And so when I have entitled this whole thing, What the Fork, it's because, there have been all kinds of documentaries and videos out there. Like there's one called Forks Over Knives, and it talks about how we're basically digging a grave with our eating utensils. And so just like I dug myself in a, potential grave with my eating utensil, I now have to scoop myself out with a tiny utensil. And I don't know which of you who have tuned in today needed to hear this. I always let you know, you are not alone. I see you. I don't physically see you, but I see you in my mind's eye to know that I'm not alone in whatever I'm going through, whatever caused me to rely on food as my delight, as my encourager, as my coach, as my inspirer, as the reason I got up every day was to just eat, to numb what I was going through. You could be numbing yourself with food. I spent too many years doing it. And in this season, and it's sad because my mother was a healthcare professional. And unfortunately, she spent some years doing the same thing to herself. Now, she didn't end up with diabetes because of her eating habits. She actually got it while carrying her fourth child later in her life. She had her first three very early. And then, I was her first. We're 18 years apart. But then her last was, I think, my sister is 9 years younger than I am. So my mother had to be closer to 30-something. But the bottom line is, I didn't have to repeat the cycle. I didn't have to grab a hold of the dysfunction that led to her ending up on insulin because she just didn't get a handle of it with her food because it was type 2 diabetes. And again, I'm saying to you, you are not alone. You may be in a place where you want to numb yourself with food. You may be in a position of, you just stopped smoking or maybe you stopped drinking, or maybe you got off of a controlled substance and you figure, I don't do that anymore, so I eat cake. I indulge in ice cream. I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. Nobody's going to tell me, this is not just fat, it's more cushion for the pushing. And I understand because, honey, I've been that pushy chick for a very, very long time. And it has its place. It has its season. It has its moments. But at some point, you got to heal. You got to get well. You got to figure out what led you there. So what the fork? What are you doing with your fork? How is the fork lending to your health or to you not being well? Think about it today. What are you going to do differently? How can you change your, eating, your dining ware from this to just maybe that medium section? Take it slow, take yourself down, reduce it a little bit to here. I'm forced to be here in this season because I just didn't monitor myself like I should have. So what the fork? I do like saying that. But you guys, this is my VSG journey. I am down. As you can see, I posted my weight loss a little. So I was up to the highest at 307 pounds, and I went down to 305 right before surgery. I'm now 274.8. Yay! So until next time, share this post. Share the wealth of letting people know they are not alone. And until next time, peace and many blessings. I love you.